Hi everybody, it's Kim Wilson here, and we are on our sixth online class session. It's hard to believe. I've been doing this for 6 months. And anyhow, we're going to start out with our technique card for the first video. And it's also National Online Learning Day today, so it's appropriate to do a class. This will be in Unit 6 if you want to catch the replay later. And the technique we're going to do today is the Love of Leaves. Well, we're going to use the Love of Leaves stamp set, and we're going to do the inlaid die cut technique. So the handouts are already posted in the group, so you can catch the handouts there. And I originally was going to do this card for class with the plaid tidings paper, which I love, and it's been very popular this year. And then when I was cutting out the die cuts, I noticed that, of course, if I did them in little rectangles, I got the fun outlines. And so I decided we'll do another two-for card where we get two for the price of one. So we'll start out with this one, and we'll see how it goes. I just wanted to show you quickly the stamp set. I love the sentiments here and the beautiful stamped leaves, of course, but these dies are a little unusual because the leaves have the stitching on the outside, and also they have a stitched piece that is optional that you can fit in to get the stitched marks on the leaves themselves. So you can also just add the stitching to a stamped image too, which is fun. And then there's also this fun stitched piece to add some more stitching lines. So this is the stitched leaves die set, which is fun. And fall is my favorite season, so I love anything to do with fall. Let's get started with our kits here. A few people haven't picked up their kits, but you can watch the videos later and get caught up. So we've got two cards here because it's a twofer. So we'll start out with the vanilla one. I tend to use very vanilla in the fall. I kind of switch off from Whisper White to very vanilla, and I just really like vanilla for my fall cards. It's a little more muted, and the plaid tidings paper actually is made to go with Whisper White, but I think it goes fine with the vanilla. So I already did the hard part. I cut out all the bits and pieces. So you're going to take the stitched, I just cut out 3 of the leaves from the vanilla piece. Just going to add that to your card panel. And then I cut out 3 leaves from the plaid tidings paper, and then you're just going to lay them right in the spots that are vacant there. So easy peasy. Really fun project to make. And they fit right in there. And it looks so cool. Okay, one more leaf, and then we'll grab a sentiment. Let's see, I put on this one, I thought of you today, so let's grab the stamp set. And I thought of you today. Grab a block here. Oh, I don't have any ink out. Let me grab a pad over here. Really, any of these colors go great with the plaid. You can see from the plaid paper there's all sorts of coordinating colors, so just about anything will look good with this plaid. It's kind of a wild plaid. It reminds me of back in the, I don't know, 80s, 90s, whenever all that plaid was popular. I'm just going to stamp it on my scrap paper, make sure this ink pad might be a little on the dry side, so I'll get it inked up as well as I can. I think it needs some fresh ink. I thought of you today. There we go. So that one's done. Very easy. All right. We'll move on to the second one in this series. Okay, this one is a little more complicated because we're going to piece together all the little bits and pieces from doing the die cutting. So let's see what fits together well here. We got a little piece there and a little piece there. Okay, now I'm going to stamp my sentiment first because, of course, if I mess up, I can always flip it around. So let's see, I did. For this one, I'm so glad you're in my life. Grab another block. It's been so nice the last few days, nice and cool. I've been doing tons and tons of yard work, and I love that, being able to be outdoors. And I'm so glad you're in my life. Okay, so now it's basically just glue all the pieces together. So that one goes there. Oops. And I kind of just did this by trial and error because I was just cutting out the leaves from some blocks of the paper I had left, and then eventually I measured them to make sure they would all fit together in kind of a nice fashion. So I have the measurements all on the handout in case you want to make one just like this, or you could make your own design with the stitched leaves. Okay, and then the vanilla leaves are the ones that we cut out of our other cards, so we'll just add those. And I probably should make sure the glue goes kind of towards the edges so they stay in their little spots there. I don't know if you remember from last year, but it was really popular to do the eclipse technique. And that technique is very similar, except you actually popped up the images using the same color, but you popped them up with dimensionals. So could have also done that eclipse technique with this too, but this one really works out well because you've got the stitching around the outside, which really makes it pop. Okay, put a little bit of glue on the stem there so it stays in its little spot. All right, and there, that one's done. So we've got our 2 for card, the inlaid die technique. And so give this a try with just about any of your dies. It'll work nicely with, a lot of fun. And fun for fall. And of course the plaid paper, you got to have that plaid paper because it's just so cool. And I did make one other card here I wanted to show you, and this is just the stamp set, just stamped. I stamped a thank you and the leaf, and then I went back and used just that inside stitched piece to give the leaf some veining, and then I did that fun design from that die on the side there. And I put it on, this one I did with pumpkin pie paper just to so the stitch lines show a little bit more. So there we've got Love of Leaves and the inlaid die cut machine. And let's see, lots of fun colors to play with. And I've got your supply list there and the alternate card on the handout. So I guess we're done with this one. You can play some more with different pieces if you have this die set. Oh, the eclipse technique, what you would do is put this on a card and then, you know, pop up the piece of the same color so it popped up. That's another technique to revisit. So I guess we're done with this one, and I'll see you back in a minute or two when I set up for the next card.